TGCRequiem here. We are back with modern Goryos as Foretold. Getting these beautiful hands. I think I'm going to keep this. Faithless Looting gives us a fairly decent chance of drawing into a land. Pretty strong hand otherwise. I think I'm actually going to go red-black here. Just in case we hit Goryo's Vengeance. Most of our lands are going to produce red, or blue rather. So it just gives us a little extra value if that were the case. Pitch the Exarch and the Grizzlebrand. Then if we need to hardcast Jace next turn, we're set up to do that. Looks like maybe Ponza. So as Foretold's actually better than Jace here. So we're just going to go ahead and run that out. Especially considering our opponent could go Blood Moon on us here with that opening forest. As Foretold now allows us to play through Blood Moon. Opponent has no land, so we will just plan to kill that Arbor Elf probably this turn. Well, maybe. So we could just go for the win. Kind of seems bizarre that we can consider that, but if we Goryo's Vengeance, Grizzlebrand, draw a Faithless Looting and a Living End, and our top 14 cards, we'll just combo win right there. I do like to be a little aggressive sometimes. Don't think there's any reason we absolutely have to do that right now. Certainly can do it next turn. We can kill the elf and just wait a turn. But the reason we can't potentially do it next turn is if they were to draw their land, Blood Moon us, even if we killed the Arbor Elf. Then we could only do one or the other in the same turn. Terribly. I think we're going to go for this here. There's the Faithless Looting. No Living End. Get on pain. Fastly. Could potentially, if they don't Blood Moon us, we're gonna fetch down to 2 here. Faithless looting. Grizzlebrand stuff. So we're gonna just pitch Kiki and another Grizzlebrand. I think we just attack and let Grizzlebrand die. Probably cast an Ancestral Vision as well. So, we have an Exarch and a Kiki-Jiki in the graveyard already. We already have 3 red mana sources. We don't need any of our red mana. That's not true because they're probably land destruction. Don't think we need as Foretold. So Monvolley, Acid Moss could blow it up, so we might consider keeping 1. We don't need all these. Don't need basic. Don't need Grizzlebrand. Ancestral paired with the Asper, but we'd also have the Teleria West. Need the Azit. I think 1 Goryo's Vengeance. Forget our own Jace if we need to. Opponent now has access to 5 mana here. Just really hoping that we don't get a Blood Moon, because Blood Moon could slow us down a little bit. Looks like we're going to get Blood. Yep. Again, it's not that we can't play through the Blood Moon, it's just a little harder. The basic swamp helps. I think we can just go for it again here. Don't have any mountains up for a bolt. Alright, opponent concedes. Well, there's a fair chance they have some artifact hate. I don't think Rakdos Charm is really anything useful for us. I think a raid makes sense because we can kill a creature, but also excuse me. Also potentially blow up like a chalice, maybe a Grafdigger's Cage if that's something they were to bring in. Like the Collective Brutalities, they have a lot of hand disruption. Or not hand disruption, but land disruption that we can go after. The graveyard hate is likely to be relics or Grafdigger's Cage or surgical extraction. I kind of like keeping most of this stuff. I do kind of want to keep the Simian Spirit Guides in. I think the Lightning Axes can shave on one. But we want all these abilities in as it charms. We can peel Teleria West here. Unlikely to even be able to get to blue if we needed to. And I think we're mostly just going to try and be fast, but this gives us a mix of proactive and reactive cards. We're not going to be able to have quite as many discard outlets with this. I mean, I suppose if they get to the point where they're casting their big creatures, Lightning Axe, maybe we're better with like a 3-3 split here. Is a Charm also counters Blood Moon? I think I probably would rather have been, or is it Charms there? Well, only so much you can do. So I like having the Swamp, so they still can blow up basics. Not necessarily doing anything fast. We can't play Is It Charm, so I actually think we have to just mulligan this hand. So this is actually a really strong hand without a land. I am going to keep this hand because I don't think going to 5 really helps us much. But we do have a high chance of winning if we just draw like land here. So I think we're in a real rough shape if we go. And so in some ways this is kind of like the dream. If I Simian Spirit Guide, Faithless. Sorry, if I so if I draw that I'd have to kill. Yeah, we just gotta toss the Kiki. We need to draw the land. We get 2 more looks after that. Just that was the potential turn 2 win, but we'd have to draw like 2 lands and a ugh. I think we actually hold on to the Is It Charm there. If we don't have to use it, we're more apt to, to counter something, we're more apt to use it to try and make that 3rd land drop. Just really need not a blood moon right here. We needed to be able to crack that. Turn 2 blood moons are brutal. Thankfully we do have some faithless looting, so we can keep digging. Relic is nasty. I should just pop that relic right now. We have this like super tiny chance to win if we draw an island fairly soon. So unless we draw an island, probably for the next 2 turns we'll probably just concede here. Not usually one for just conceding, but I don't want to like waste time that could be relevant in a game 3. One volley might have been able to destroy an enchantment, but it doesn't. I think I know what's coming here. It's a concession. Yep. Definitely not coming back from that. Again, I think I prefer the extra Is It Charm over the Collective Brutality just because it can counter a Blood Moon. And Lightning Axe when you kill the Inferno Titan. Is there any reason we'd want like Rakdos Charm? We can get Chewer over any of these other cards. I don't think so. I think we're more in a position to just try and play through, you know, 1 or 2 relics. Again, if they're running Grafdigger's Cage, Living End doesn't actually, or Living End plays right around that. So this is decent for a longer game. I might actually just keep this and set that Ancestral Vision on turn 1 in case they blow up a couple of our lands. And we have a legitimate shot to just hardcast their Kiki here. They have they're like explosive draws like they just had, but they also have draws like that first game. They just didn't have anything going. Like high variance, high power. Similar to kind of this deck, honestly. To protect our island as well. Kiki is our way to primarily try and win in this game based on our hand. I think we just pitch both here. I think we hold this other Ancestral Vision though because we are fired off right after we hold. If we actually draw a living end here, we're going to be pretty powerfully in control. For Kiki. So we're looking to win untap turn 5. Hopefully they don't blow up a land and screw it up. Just looking for a Blood Moon here. That is totally fine by me. The plan would be to tap down the opponent's land after whatever they do just to clear the way for the Kiki. So I'm not worried about Bloodbraid Elf. I'm worried about what may cascade it. So that's beautiful. So we just won, and we are golden. We already had it in hand, but it just makes it look like luck sacked a little bit. We even have backup. Is it charm? This is where I was saying Pithing Needle on Kiki-Jiki seems more appropriate to me. Granted, I also knew exactly what I had in hand, and my opponent did not. Grizzlebrand certainly got them in the game 1. So, anywho, hopefully you enjoyed. Feel free to like, subscribe, leave comments if you have any thoughts or questions, and otherwise, hopefully you enjoyed.